limits in the early hours of first of this month initially was treated as an accident. It was based on the circumstantial evidence, crime scene. A case of accident was registered. It was investigated into. The inquest, the Panchanama was conducted in the presence of the parents and relations. The postmortem was conducted in the presence of the parents. The body was handed over to the parents. However, after 2 days, one watchman who was living in the neighborhood around this accident place, he came out with a version saying that particular night at about 3:45, he saw a car parked in front of their owner's house. There was a struggle between the boy and the girl. The girl was shouting for the help, and the boy pulled her and put her into the back seat. However, when this was verified during the investigation, we had constituted 6 special teams. A senior officer was appointed as an investigating officer, ACP Banjara Hills. This was supervised by the DCP West Zone and the DCP Task Force. We collected technical evidence involving all the call details of all the common friends who have attended the party, their locations from time to time, their location at the time when this incident took place. Similarly, we have collected the CCTV footages right from the pub at Financial District Nanak Guda, from that place to the scene of incident in Huda Colony, all along the route. And we also collected the medical evidence from the experts who have conducted the postmortem. Then the forensic experts who have examined the crime scene, who have reconstructed the crime scene, and also the motor vehicle inspector who has examined the vehicle. Now, based on all these evidences, it has come to light that the injuries on the body of the victim, the doctors have certified that they are accidental in nature. All these injuries are sustained in an accident. Number 2, there were no signs of any sexual assault, any struggle marks on the body of the victim. Thirdly, the injuries that are sustained by the victim have completely corroborated. They were completely compatible with the impact marks on the car, the denting, and also the impact marks on the tree in the crime scene. So all the 3 things have corresponded with each other, indicating that the incident happened there. The injuries have been sustained because of the impact of the crash between the tree and the vehicle. Now the question was whether there was any possibility of more than these 2 people traveling in this car, as was alleged. That also we have examined. We took the call details of all the associates and friends of both the girl and boy who have been in touch with them, and tried to see whether they were present during the time when the incident happened. None of them were present except the boy and the girl. So it amply and clearly indicates that only this boy and girl were traveling in that vehicle. And at 3:51 in the morning there was a call when this boy and girl were trying to do a conference call. There was a call from the father. The girl has confidently replied saying that she would be at home within 2 minutes. So we can safely presume that till that point of time, no unfortunate incident took place. Between 3:51, the accident took place at 3:58. So it's only just 7 minutes. Within the 7 minutes, it was not possible to have any act of assault, sexual assault, and murder, and then recreate the scene, having killed the girl elsewhere, and then recreate the scene at this spot. So this theory that they were killed elsewhere, there was sexual assault, then they were brought, the car is brought, and it is recreated here as a scene, is completely ruled out. So having gone into all the facts and circumstances, and all the evidence is collected so far, it's amply clear that it is a case of accident, and the unfortunate death of the girl resulted due to the injuries sustained in the accident. However, the boy and the girl went to the pub. The boy had drinks, liquor in the pub. This was testified by all his friends. We also have the video footages. Despite knowing that he was under intoxication, he had taken the responsibility to drop this child, this girl, back at home, which he is not supposed to do. It is the common knowledge that anybody under alcoholic influence, intoxication, if he or she drives, it will definitely result in accident. So knowingly well, under intoxication, this accused took the responsibility to drop the victim at her parents' residence. He drove the vehicle in a very rash and negligent manner. He drove the car more than 100 kilometers speed, even from the pub to that place where they initially halted, and ultimately that resulted in the death of this victim. So we therefore feel that he is liable for prosecution under 304 part 2 of IPC, which entails an imprisonment for 10 years. Therefore, he would be arrested under 304 part 2 IPC and prosecuted accordingly.